Hey viewers, welcome back to this new video, and this is the part second of files in Python. And in this video we will discuss about how to open or how to close a file, and how to open a file for different type of purposes with different types of mode, and how to access any file, how to make changes in any file by using the Python language. So watch the video till the end and explore many examples of codes and clear your all doubts related to files in Python. So in the previous video I ended the discussion at the topic read function, read line, and read lines function. Now I am giving one more code of read line function so that you can understand that how we can bring one by one the lines from our file. So my file is same, that is example.txt, and in the first line I have written f is equals to open, and in parenthesis the file name, and the mode is read. Now I have taken four variables, that is line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. If you will take a single variable and you will run the program like I had done in my previous video, then it will give you the first line of your file. But now here I have taken four variables and I have used the read line function four times, and one by one I have used the print function for printing each variable, that is each line. So now I will run my program, and here you can see this is our output. And then you can see an empty line coming below the first line, and then also coming after the second line, that is welcome to the channel coders zone. So why this empty line is coming? Because there is no such empty line in our example.txt file. This is because of backward slash n. As you can see that in our example.txt file we have written three lines, and as we have written three lines, this means that we have broke our line after writing hello and then after writing the second line. And also you know that backward slash n is the characters which is used to symbolize a line break. So generally whenever we break a line, then the Python interpreter take it as backward slash n, and that backward slash n is given by a whole empty line in our output. And then again after the second line there is an empty line because we have break the line after writing the second line. Thus again it is taking backward slash n as an empty line, as a new empty line. So this is the reason for this empty lines in our output, that is a backward slash n. And now there should be a question that why there is an empty line coming after the third line, because we have not written anything after the third line, as the third line is our last line of our file. So we do not have used backward slash n. Then why this empty line is coming again? So this is because I have taken four variables, line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. So line 1, line 2, and line 3 are valid because there are three lines in my example.txt file. But there is nothing to store inside the line 4 variable. But as I have used the line 4 variable, then it has given me an empty line for that variable because I have used the print function for that variable, and that variable has nothing to store. That is why an empty line is coming in the last. That is because of the fourth variable which I have taken for unnecessarily. If you will not take the fourth variable, then you will not see a line, an empty line coming at the last of our output. So you can write the code by yourself and you can check it by doing a little difference in your code. Now I'm going to discuss about the write mode. So here I have used the syntax and I have written the line to open my file example.txt for writing. So I have written f is equals to open, and then in parenthesis example.txt comma w. So w is here my mode, that is the write mode. Now when you have to write anything inside your file, then you have to simply use the syntax f dot write. This write function will write anything which you want inside your file, and whatever line you have to write, you have to give inside the parenthesis of write function. As here I have written hello students inside the double quotes because everything is in string data type, that is why you have to write inside the double quotes. So here I have written f dot write and in parenthesis hello student. Now I'm running my code, and then you can see that there is nothing in our output because we do not have printed anything. So it is nothing. But now when I will open my example.txt file, then you can see that our whole file get truncate and our only line is hello students. So this is what I was telling, that whenever you will use the write mode, then it will truncate your whole file and it will erase or ruin your whole data, and it will replace that data by whatever line you will give to write inside the parenthesis of write function. Now again I have used the write mode, that is the W mode, and now I am going to write welcome students in my file. So I have written f.write and in parenthesis welcome student. Then don't forget to close your file so that anyone can't change your file unnecessarily. Again you will run your code and you will not see anything because we didn't use any type of print function for printing anything. So you have to open your example.txt file or your text file to see the changes that has occurred. So now when you will open your text file, then you will got to see that here now the text is welcome students, because we have write welcome students using the W mode. So the hello students uh, truncated, and this is the new text in our text file. Now I'm going to take an example of append mode. So I have discussed the append mode, that whatever you will write by using the append mode, then the line will be added to the end of whatever you have written in your text file. So this is the example. In the first line I have written f is equals to open example.txt and comma a. A is my mode, that is append, and example.txt is my file in which I want to write something more. And now in the second line I have written f.write, because this is the method to write anything inside a text file. And this is an example of appending text to a file. This is what I want to add in my example.txt file. And you should notice that in the end of this line I have written backward slash n. This will give me a line break or a new empty line. So and now as you know that you have to close the file after doing your work, so f dot close, and now we will run our program, and now everyone can understand that there will be nothing in our output because we have not used the print function. So now we have to check the example.txt file to see the changes. So you can see that the line which we have written inside the parenthesis of write function is added next to the line welcome students. And also there is a new line, and this is also an empty line which is created, that is the second line, because we have written backward slash n at the end of that line. So this is the work of backward slash n, and I think everyone can understand that how append mode works. Like if you will use backward slash n in the end of any line, then it will make an empty new line. But if you will use backward slash n between any two lines, then it makes a line break. Like I am going to show you. So now I am going to write welcome students as the first line, and this is an example of appending text to a file as the second line. Here I have made only a little change, that is backward slash n in the starting of the line which I have written inside the parenthesis of write function. This will make a line break. So now you have to run this program, and then you have to check your example.txt file to see the changes. And now you can see that welcome student is the first line, and the next line is what we have written inside the parenthesis, and then also there is a new third line, empty line, because of the backward slash n written at the end. But now if you want that, you don't want any new line in the end of your file because there is no work, this is empty, so you have to remove this. And so for removing this new line, this new empty line, you just simply have to remove backward slash n from the end of the line which is written inside the parenthesis. Now you have to run this code, and then after running your code you have to see the example.txt file. Then you will got to see that there is no new line, only there are two lines welcome student, and then you have used backward slash n, that is why there is a line break, and then there is a line which you have written inside the parenthesis. Now this is the another code because I want to add one more line in my example.txt file. So everything is same. And here also I have used backward slash n in the starting to make a line break so that this line comes as the third line. And I have written learn Python faster with practical examples. Now I will run my code and then I will see my example.txt file. So here you can see there is a third line, and I think everyone can understand now that how append works. And now you have to do a lot of practices by using the write mode, append mode, and read mode. There are a lot of questions also by using the read mode. So you have to practice so that this portion can become strong. Now I'm going to explain you a new mode, that is X. So I have discussed about X, that this mode helps to create a new file and to write inside this. So here in the first line I have written f is equals to open example2.txt comma x. So this will create a new file whose name will be example2, and then I have closed my file so that no one can use it. So you have to run your program after writing, and then you have to see in your folders that is there a new file or not. So here you can see that a new file has been created, that is example2.txt, because before this I have only two files, that is example.txt and file.py. So now this is a new file, and this is how we can create any new file. When you will open your new file, then you can see that there is no line and there is nothing written inside this. So to write something new in your new file, you can simply use write mode or append mode. And now the mode doesn't matter because your file do not contain any type of data, so you don't have to worry about the truncation by using the write mode. So you can use any mode, that is W or A, and you can write anything. So here I have written f is equals to open example2.txt comma W. I have used the write mode, and then in the second line I have written f.write and in parenthesis hello world, and then I have closed my file by using the close function. Now if I will see my file, then there will be a line that is hello world. So first you have to run your program to make the changes. So after running, you can see that now here is the line hello world in my new file. Similarly, you can add many more lines in your file by append mode, and you can write something, you can read a file, and you can do a lot of things using this different types of modes. And I will also discuss some modes for binary file in my later videos, but first I will make a videos so that you can understand the read mode in more better way, because there are a lot of questions which you should practice to make this portion very strong. So wait for the next video and watch for sure. Thank you for watching, and if you have any type of doubt, then you can ask me in the comment section. I will surely help you, and follow for more.